The divine language of gratitude, awakening the Quon through appreciation. Every religion, every scripture, every whisper of divine truth, they all converge on one single word, gratitude. It is the simplest word, yet the hardest to embody. But the real test of spiritual evolution is not in how often you apologize. It is in how deeply you can say thank you. Every thank you is a ripple that touches the divine present in the other person, and that same divinity echoes back to bless us. In our world, we are taught to apologize, but not to appreciate. Because sorry keeps the ego alive. It says, I was wrong, but I still exist in my own frame. But thank you dissolves the ego. It says, you have done something divine, and I bow to that divinity within you. Thank you is not a word. It is surrender. And surrender is where the divine begins to reveal itself. The real strength, the divine strength, lies not in apology, but in appreciation. Because thank you breaks the walls of ego. Every scripture, every holy book, from the Gita to the Bible, from the Quran to the Dhammapada, has always told us one thing. Gratitude is the offering to the divine in all creation. Gratitude is the vibration of the Quon, the divine consciousness that flows through everything and everyone. When Naveen speaks of the Quon, he speaks of the living pulse that connects the seen and unseen. The Quon doesn't respond to apologies, it responds to gratitude, because gratitude dissolves separation. When you apologize, you remain centered around I did this, I was wrong, I feel sorry. But when you say thank you, the center shifts. It's no longer about you. It's about the giver, the divine reflection standing before you. And in that moment, your ego collapses, your walls fall, and for a fraction of a second, you experience what saints call union. True gratitude is multidimensional. It extends even to pain, because pain too is a teacher, pushing you to the edge of your false self until you meet what's real. When you can say thank you to the storm that breaks you, the divine smiles, because you've stopped reacting and started seeing. This is where the Quon truly awakens, not through wealth, worship, or rituals, but through recognition of the sacred in the ordinary. When you look at a stranger and feel gratitude for their existence. When you drink water and whisper thank you to the source that sustains life. When you look at your reflection and say, thank you for surviving everything I put you through. That is worship in its purest form. Gratitude is not weakness. It is cosmic acknowledgement. The ego hates gratitude because it cannot survive where appreciation exists. The moment you thank, your ego dissolves, and the divine takes over. That's why gratitude hurts the ego so much. It forces it to admit, I am not the source. I am the vessel. And when you live in that awareness, every breath becomes a prayer. You begin to live in harmony with the Quon, the eternal observer, the field of divine intelligence that creates through you. So stop chasing miracles. Start practicing gratitude, not as a ritual, but as recognition. Say thank you, not just when you receive, but even when you lose. Say thank you to the pain, because it chisels your soul. Say thank you to the people who left, because they made space for your truth. Say thank you to the ones who hurt you, because they reflected your unhealed parts. And most of all, say thank you to yourself. Because the divine you seek has always been you. The Quon within you has been waiting, not for prayers, not for perfection, but for your gratitude. So the next time life tests you, don't bow in apology, bow in appreciation. Whisper softly, thank you. That single word has the power to awaken worlds within you. Because gratitude is the voice of the Quon. The world tells you to apologize, but the universe listens for your gratitude. When you begin to thank, not out of duty but out of awareness, life begins to shift. The Quon awakens within you, quiet, luminous, infinite. So stop saying sorry for being human. Start saying thank you for being divine. Because the one who can truly say thank you is already walking beside the gods.